How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about Tesla stock and the overall stock market. We're going to be talking about exactly what to expect for Tesla and the stock market for the next few days. We're also going to be going over some important news that came out for Tesla. We have some great news that we got from China. We're going to go over exactly what that news is and go over a look at exactly what to expect for the overall stock market. We have some important economic data coming out tomorrow. So we're going to be talking about all this important information in this video coming up. As you can see over here, we have Tesla sitting at $740.37. We're down 2.36%. We started a new month. Last month has been pretty rough. As you can see, we're down 18%. So hopefully in the month of June, we could potentially go higher and recover some of the losses that we incurred in May. But when you compare Tesla stock with the overall stock market, as you can see, we have the overall stock market that went down today. We had some sectors that relatively did very well. We have energy sector just completely dominating it and going up as usual. We have Amazon also that is performing very well. Stock split coming up on June the 3rd on Friday. We also have, Apple, Microsoft, Google. That was relatively flat. When you look at the price action for Tesla, as you can see, we rejected the $750 price point level that we're watching. We went above it slightly today, but unfortunately we went down. We're still in a very good upward trend in the short term. If we have a solid green day tomorrow or the next few days, we might potentially break out of the $750 price point level over here. Later on, we're going to go over and look at and talk about a detailed breakdown of what to expect for Tesla. But of course, when you look at also the overall stock market, we're seeing a similar type of price action as Tesla. As you can see, we had a pretty decent bounce. Yesterday, we had a red day, and today also, unfortunately, we are down. We rejected the $415 price point level that we were watching over here. And we have some important economic data that we talked about yesterday. We had the job opening data that came out. It was relatively close to what is predicted, but it was slightly lower. And we also have the ISM manufacturing index that came out also that was positive. But we have some really important things happening with the Fed. So as you can see, we have the Fed that's going to be beginning quantitative tightening today, which is June 1st. When the Fed takes this kind of measures, we see a slight downtrend to the stock market. That's why we're seeing the CEO of JP Morgan coming out and saying that, okay, brace for economic hurricane in a way because of what the Fed could potentially be doing. He's saying that the potential tightening that's coming up and also the invasion of Russia, Ukraine, that can have an impact on the overall stock market. And we've seen some similar type of sell-off happen when quantitative tightening takes place with the Fed back in 2017 to 2019. The quantitative tightening caused a slight sell-off to happen to the overall stock market. So we'll see, but this is not really a new information. It was not a surprise. The stock market is expecting it. So we'll see how we're going to be reacting in the month of June. But just keep in mind that the quantitative tightening started with the Fed, and we'll see how the overall stock market is going to be reacting. So today we had a slight sell-off, as you can see. But let's talk about Tesla. We have some important news. We have some more positive news that came out for Tesla. As you can see, we have an analyst that is indicating that, okay, there might be some short-term turbulence with the Tesla, but in the long term, they're seeing a massive upside. And they said the price target for the next 12 months for Tesla stock at around above $1,300. So of course, the turbulence is definitely caused by Shanghai Gigafactory over there has been having an impact with COVID lockdowns, but we are getting some more positive news. We are getting information that the Shanghai lockdowns are being lifted, and they're potentially going to be expected to get back to work and full production. The manufacturing that's happening over there could potentially be getting back in full force in June. So we're going to be watching a detailed breakdown of how they're planning to do that and this important news. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to be talking about what to expect for Tesla stock in the short term and also for the overall stock market.
Factories that, all factories basically are allowed to reopen from June, not just those on the white list. They're introducing some subsidies for manufacturing and industries to get back moving again. They're also changing the testing system a little bit around the edges. You now only need a negative test 48 hours before going to a public place rather than 72. So it does show they're cognizant of the disruptions that this has been causing, and they are, I guess, trying to do something about it until the next outbreak.
So what changed from last week, Emma? Is this just COVID cases falling, or is it also the government wanting to relax some of that COVID zero policy?
Look, I think it's a combination of the COVID case load pressure definitely is easing, but also a real understanding that they are causing disruption to the economy, and they are causing sort of very high-level disruption to people's lives, and that they need to sort of amend for that and deal with it if they are going to continue with COVID zero, which is very much their intention if you take their public rhetoric. You have seen cases coming down in Beijing, which was looking quite dicey last week, particularly this time last week. We'd come off nearly 100 new cases, but for the same time for Saturday this week, we've only seen 12 new cases, and they're saying they're not seeing new cases in the community. So that is a positive sign, and they are easing things in Beijing in some districts. Some people can go back to work. There were work from home orders across most of the districts there. They're reopening some of the public transportation, and access to shopping malls, grocery stores in some areas will be eased.
So as you saw from some of the information that we got from China, it seems relatively positive, and the Shanghai manufacturing could potentially be back full in force in the month of June. We just started June, so we'll see how that happens, how that will go, how that can affect the Tesla in the short term in a way. But if we get any kind of more positive coming out from China, it could help Tesla stock. But in the short term, we have some important economic data that we need to be watching out for that can affect the overall stock market and also Tesla stock. We have initial jobless claims data coming out, continuous jobless claims, ADP employment report coming out tomorrow before the market open at 8:30 a.m. So we'll see how that's going to potentially affect the overall stock market. So if we get any kind of a positive reaction with the overall market, we can see Tesla stock pushing higher and testing the $750 price point level. If we break out and close above it, that is going to be pretty good in the short term for Tesla. But as you can see in after hours, we're seeing a slightly sell off. And if the overall stock market sells off, and also if Tesla breaks down, we have a strong support at 700, but I don't think we can hit 700 by the end of this week. We might potentially be sitting at around 720 to 730 in the worst case scenario, and in the best case scenario, we might test 750 and close above it for tomorrow. So that's going to be exactly the key price point levels that we're watching. Also for the overall stock market, depending upon how the data is going to be coming out with employment data, jobless claims data coming out, if we see any kind of a positive news, the stock market reacts positively to it, we might see some form of a bounce. So we had 2 red days that happened. The volume also slightly going down, unfortunately. But if we get any kind of recovery, that'll be phenomenal. But we have a strong support that we're watching, which is 380. I don't think we're going to go below 400 in the short term, but we'll see for tomorrow. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Tesla, overall stock market? I'd love to hear your opinion. Of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bell. Better catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.